Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the GG Over Easy podcast. This episode brought to you by a higher elevation because I'm standing. That's about it. That's all I got. What about you guys?
Brought to you by sitting down
Oh, okay.
and
I
sleeping.
didn't know you were doing that well. And sleeping. Okay. Good for you.
Little
I've
double entendre
actually,
there.
let's start there. I am a log when I sleep usually. I go to bed. I'll see you at 6 when I wake up.
Yeah.
It's
Real.
hard to disturb me. A lot can be going on, and I sleep through it. But this last week, I feel for everybody who doesn't sleep like a log because I don't know what's been going on. But I've been waking up like 3, 4, 5 times a night, every night. It's miserable.
Really?
How do people do this? Yeah. I keep going, because I'm so used to like, oh, if I'm waking up, it's got to be like almost 6. So I look, and it's like 1 o'clock. I'm like, what?
It's
All
gotta
right.
be almost
I
6.
look, 2:30. All right. I look, 3:30. Yeah, I look, 5. All right. And I'm just like, what the fudge? I'm
Yeah.
not like waking up like 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 I can't breathe. It's not like sleep apnea or freaking who knows, whatever, snoring, blocking, whatever. It's just I just keep waking up. And then it only happened twice. I had a nightmare one night, but then I had like a pseudo night terror the next. Been a weird week. Been a weird week. And I don't know. I think I'm a little more anxious than usual, I guess. But yeah, how do you guys do this? It's
I mean,
crazy.
I normally wake up like maybe once or twice in the middle of the night. The problem is like
Same.
I'm too hot. Like I'm it's normally like a heat issue. So I normally will like go from the bed to the couch, much to the dismay of my wife. But it's so much like it's like a nice reset because then it's like I'm too hot. Then I go and I'm freezing, and then it's like, oh, like this is nice and like cold. So it's like a nice little fresh restart, and then I fall right back asleep.
I do get back to sleep pretty quick, to be fair, but it's still just it's so disorienting for me because the only times I usually wake up if I'm sleeping is I'm about to wake up or something's wrong. Like I'm about to puke, I'm about to poop my britches, I don't know, I'm sick or something. So I wake up thinking like, "Oh no, it's not time to wake up. What's wrong?" But then the general sense of I don't know, and then I go back to bed. So really nothing diagnosed. It's just been a weird week, or I'm dying. It's hard
Yeah,
to say.
nothing, somewhere in between. This episode of the GG Over Easy podcast is brought to you by BetterHelp. February is full of flowers and lots of relationship talk, but whether you're single, married, or dating, just remember you're right on time. Sometimes it feels like everyone has it all together in their lives, but the truth is we're all still figuring it out. Therapy can help. Get some outside perspective from a professional that can lead to new understanding and a lot of less pressure on yourself. And remember, you're right on time. Visit betterhelp.com for 10% off.
Yeah, I'm probably about like every once or twice a night. Usually the nights where like I'm stupid and I just fucking down like 8 million glasses of water right before we sleep, and then I'm like, oh, why I wake up? Why did I wake up at 2 a.m.?
With a
Uh,
bladder
oh
full
wow,
of
I have to. Wow, I have to. I, I gotta pee really bad. I had to pee
I
so
really
bad.
gotta pee.
I really gotta pee, and why I gotta pee so bad? I
My
really gotta
Claire
pee.
hates that voice. I did it like once, and she was like, "That's kind of funny."
The
And then I did it
fucking
again, and she like if I do it
the
more like a
toddler
sentence, she's like,
voice.
"Yeah," she's like, "You gotta stop." So now
Please stop.
I pretty much do this all the time.
It's so stupid and funny, and it's such a easy. It's such a cheap, easy, fun gag, dude. I just fucking love it. I'm. I kind of. I like it. I think it's pretty funny in my opinion, and it's a pretty good bit. See, Fruit's just fucking cheesing over here because he fucking loves it too. It's just such a stupid.
It's so dumb. Well, and then
It's
I'm
so
just thinking
stupid.
about me doing it, and Claire just gets so upset. She's like, "You gotta stop." I don't think so. I don't think I
Why
will.
will we
Um,
like him doing it?
this is just how I talk. So if you could stop making fun of me,
It's stupid. And you know what else is stupid?
HighGuard. Oh
Let's get
no.
into it.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
I had a
Okay.
couple things. I was trying to
This is a
see
good
where do we
transition
throw
in
it, but
some sort of way, I guess.
yeah, there we go. The high guard situation is crazy.
Great thumbnail. Great
Yeah,
thumbnail. Do a shocked face.
perfect.
Wait, I got a screenshot. Hold it. Okay, hold it. Hold it. Do a really good one. Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's great. That's going in the.
And that's how we make a thumbnail. Yeah, in real time, people. Uh, so high guard. Well, I don't even know. I mean, Rob and I played it day one. Blue, did you play it?
I watched a lot, and I didn't realize it was 3v3. When
Well,
I
no one
saw
Well,
this
did, I
game,
guess, until it came out.
when I saw this game, I was like, "Oh shit! Like this could be fun. Like this will be like a fun little." It's like an amalgamation of maybe too many cooks in the kitchen, like every single idea into one game ever. And I was like, "Oh, this will be fun. You know, it could be fun." And then I saw it was 3v3, and I was like, "Oh, a whole lot of nothing's gonna happen every single match." Then, okay, cool. So, and then I watched it, and my worst fear was immediately confirmed, where a whole lot of nothing happened, like the matches, and everyone's like, "Wow, this is kind of boring." And I think I remember MTash talking about it, and his biggest gripe was, "Don't make shooting games if the shooting doesn't feel good." And I was like, "Damn, that boy did not like that game."
Yeah, well, someone said he was like playing it, and then he tweeted about it, and I looked because I was being gaslit by almost everybody. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, something feels off, man. And they're like, "You're an unk, man. It's because you suck, dude. Lock in." And I'm like, it just feels weird, man. Something about the freaking shooting. And then I saw like MTash. I'm like, okay, somebody else thinks that. And then I heard it from a couple more people. I'm like, okay, I'm not crazy. Because I made a video about it. And my essentially like the TLDR overview is like, it is okay. I think there's something there, but right now it just feels underbaked.
Yeah,
Like the 3v3, the map is too. So like essentially, this is how a game plays out. You spawn in, you take a minute to like reinforce. They either need to add stuff to that or just not do that because it's just like click wall, click wall, click wall, wait. Like there's not like deploy thing. Like there's nothing else to the reinforce stage, so it just kind of feels like whatever.
yeah.
Um, and then you go off into the world map, whatever, which is large enough that in a 3v3, you don't find like anybody until the shield breaker spawns. Like after 2.5 minutes. So instead, you're just kind of roaming around, opening up chests, just clicking whatever you find, and then playing like a weird mineral mini game.
Yeah.
Which, like, I mean, sure, I guess I don't really get it, but then the shield breaker spawns, then the game actually starts. So it's essentially it's like,
Yeah.
all right, we spent 4 minutes to get to the game, and then once the shield breaker spawns, then everyone's fighting over it. That's pretty interesting. You go like you kind of got to think like, how am I going to get to the base? Um, and then once the raid starts, I think that's where like, okay, that's the game. I get it. That part's fun, but it's like, why am I? Then I just feel like I'm playing this other part of the game just to get to the real game. Um, so yeah, it just feels like there's all that other stuff that it doesn't need to necessarily be completely scrapped. But if this is all it's going to be, then I think it should be. But it's just, yeah, it feels underbaked to where I think given time, but that's the worry. Will they have the time? I think they can um, sort some of that stuff out. The player count, actually. I mean, a lot of people are like, why is it just 3v3? After like 3 or 4 days, they're like, hey, here's a limited time game mode to try out 5v5. Tell us what you think. So I'm like, all right, fair play. They're quick on it. They're listening. I haven't played that yet. So I'll be interested to see or hear from people who have what they think. Um, I do know that parts of it. Some people are saying like the beginning part of the game feels better, but then the raid feels too claustrophobic because it was clear that like the raid size was 3v3, where 5v5 is just too much. So maybe find or figure out a balance there. But So all that said, like that, the game as that is okay. I enjoy the raid part. Everything else is whatever. But it's like, all right, whatever. It's not bad, but I'm not like losing my mind. But then for me, the shooting just felt weird, man. It just full stop felt weird to shoot, and it's a game about shooting. And the shooting, I mean, I talk about it where it's like you could have the greatest story ever in a story game, but like if the gameplay isn't fun or it feels off, you lost me. So if I go to play an FPS game and it feels weird to shoot the gun, I'm out. Like that's you kind of lost me there. That's pretty much all it is to me. So uh that's why I was like, I mean, until like I mean, that's just kind of you lost me. That's pretty much it for me. Unless they fix it. But also I did hear some people talk about how like there were a lot of people who felt the same way, and then they tweaked enough settings to essentially emulate the feeling of like Apex. So maybe I could hop on and try that and see if it helped. Yeah, but yeah, just for me, it was just I played enough shooting games to know where it's like, all right, this just immediately feels off. And I played enough games where it's like this still
I mean, you even
doesn't
switched the
like some people.
controller at one point.
I saw how desperate I was. I was like, does it feel better on controller, or like is that just the problem? Which granted, it'd been so long in controller, so it's hard to say. I mean, I felt like a I don't know, no thumb Timmy trying to use a controller. But yeah, I go and people are also like, yeah, it felt weird, but I got used to it. And that's exactly what I remember people telling me about like alcohol. I don't like alcohol. I'm like, it tastes
Uh,
gross. And like, it's fine. You'll get used to it. I don't want to. Okay? I don't
I
want to
know.
get used to tasting that. All right?
I want to like it. I want to
I
like
don't
it. I
want to
don't
get
care.
used to this shooting. Okay? Now it'd be different if it's like, oh, okay, I got the grasp. It was just a little it just feels weird. And I don't want to get used to that. Cuz like getting used to it and it feeling good are two different things. So, for me, that was the high guard situation. Um went in
The
with an
high
open
gods,
mind.
the high god situation is crazy.
It was pretty crazy. Um I, of course, was like hopeful. I hope it pops off. Hope it um, surprises everybody. And to be fair, it does seem to be finding uh, a core player base of some players who do enjoy it. Um, and from the people who do like it, I mean, obviously they say they enjoy it. And right now, I think Steam reviews are like I think it's getting the mixed. It was mostly negative, but I think if you sort by at least an hour of playtime for reviews, I think it's positive. So it's unsurprisingly a lot of people. I'm sure a lot of those reviews are the people who are just like, I hope this is Concord 2. I'm not going to play it anyway. I hope it fails.
Yeah.
Or a lot of people who haven't updated their reviews because, like, I don't know. Hear me out. Maybe I'm crazy here. But if you're leaving a day one review within the first few hours of a multiplayer game launch and your review is just stuck in a queue or can't get in a game, don't bother writing a review. Not like a day later, sure. Okay. But you're not going to come back to fix that review. And unsurprisingly, with most multiplayer games these days, the first couple hours are usually um, a bit bogged down. So it's not an accurate representation. And it'd be different if every single one of those people who did that came back and changed the review to not reflect the server issues for launch. Maybe it's still negative, but for other reasons. But like 90% of those people don't. So then those also just sit there, and whether or not the game's good, it's not fair for the outlook to be so drastically shaped by some hitches on launch, because it's just part of the course, whether or not that's cool or not. But it's not an accurate, like, it's not a review of the game. If it's 24 hours after launch and then it's persistent, okay, that's a problem with like the game or the servers or stuff. And it's like, all right, fair enough. But yeah, I think it's dumb that like within an hour of launch, it had like 7,000 negative reviews. where it's just like, this,
That's
that,
so
this. It's like,
weird.
I mean, yeah, it's just, and no one's gonna go fix those reviews.
No.
Whether or not it was HighGuard or another game, it's just, and that's why Steam has changed it so you can kind of like sort reviews by different languages. Because also sometimes it'll get like review bombed by like China or something, a game will, or you can sort by playtime. Because I think that's usually the better indicator of not necessarily all games. Because some games maybe people bounce off. The whole point is like their negative reviews because it's like this game couldn't grab me in the first hour. Fair. But like a multiplayer game or something, if you have like 20 minutes of game time, you're leaving a review, that's, I mean, maybe you did like the tutorial. But I don't know, maybe that's just me, which reminds me too, it was crazy that they announced either is this year or next year, whatever, all uh voters or judges, whatever, have to watch every movie in the category for like the Oscars. So it's like, what, you guys weren't already doing that?
Yeah, I was like, you're part of the Academy. Why would you not be watching every single? If you want to vote in the category, why would you not be? Why would you not be watching every single thing in the category?
Like, how can you vote Best Picture, but you haven't even watched all of them? So how do you
Like,
know?
like as a viewer, I can be like, oh yeah, well I hope this wins because I really love that movie. But I'm also not gonna be like, oh yeah, fuck that movie for winning, because I'm not gonna, because I'm like, well I didn't see it. And if I
Yeah,
did see that movie and it wins and I hated it, then I can be like, yeah, fuck that movie. I saw it. That shit sucked. Can't believe it won Best Picture.
yeah. It's kind of like the Game Awards when we're talking about. It's like, well, I played these. This one was really good. If that wins, maybe I don't know. I didn't play it,
Yeah,
but so I
exactly.
can't be like, I know for a fact that this is better than that. But I actually haven't engaged with that at all, so I have no idea. That was just bizarre too. That reminds me of reviews and anything, but yeah, it's kind of the high guard situation for me. Um, but it was clear not everyone felt as strongly about the shooting as I did. It didn't seem to really bother Robert Dado. So
No, I mean, I thought it was okay. I mean, it just felt like one of those just another type of shooter. Like it just didn't set itself apart. It felt like Apex to me ish. But like you said, like the first like 10 minutes of like the first game, like I thought it wasn't gonna be like 3v3. I thought it was 3v3v3v3. I thought it was like four
Oh,
bases,
that would have been kind of
like
sick.
different
like more
people.
chaos.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like way more chaos, and then like after a couple rounds, and then like I was pretty like surprised to see that it was like just 3v3, like you just against a specific team. Um, I mean, I didn't feel anything specifically to the sense that like the shooting fell off or anything like that. It just felt like very just I don't know, like 2025 gaming, I guess if that makes any sense. Just like not like uninspiring or anything like that, just like very
You could say it.
generic shooter in 2026. Like it's just not
I
great,
think it.
not terrible.
And there's
I
a lot of generic shooters in 2026, so we need to lock in.
Yeah, I thought it was just kind of fine. Like I didn't hate it, I didn't love it. If you wanted to play it again, I would. If I literally I feel about this exactly how I feel about Arc Raiders. Like they just and I know a lot of people love Arc Raiders. Just is
Oh, I
it's
fucking love
fine.
Arc
Like it's
Raiders. I
cool.
fucking love Arc
Um
Raiders.
but yeah, didn't hate it, didn't love it, would play again, I guess, but like the abilities didn't feel all that great. The shooting didn't feel all that great. It just did everything okay. Like it didn't do anything necessarily bad, but it didn't do anything necessarily great. That's how I like
Yeah.
genuinely like felt about it.
I mean, if I hear enough good things and I can get some other people too, and we can get like a 5 squad, maybe we'll try fives. Um, and I'll try and like see if I can make the shooting feel better.
Yeah.
But I think in that same way you talk about like it being generic, I think they also didn't play enough into the like mishmash of fantasy with like guns and stuff. Um, Instead, it just kind of feels like they just put some assets in rather like the guns are really just like, hey, here's an AK-47. Um, and then most of the world doesn't look too like there's not a lot of stylization aside from it's like riding a bear with a gun. I think they could have leaned heavier into like the unique mixture of both, which I don't feel like they did necessarily. Um, and then otherwise, yeah, it's like I didn't play the game and I'm like, this is literal garbage, dog water. You know, this is the worst thing to happen since Gangnam Style. I don't know if someone really hated Gangnam Style. I didn't. Um, but a lot of people, of course, the immediate reception wasn't unanimously good though. So all the people who were like, "I hope this fails," was like, "Freaking see, then game sucks." And I still don't get why people actively want bad products and whatnot. But what do I know? So yeah, it's. I think it's kind of unremarkable right now.
Yeah.
I think given time, but again, like I said, I'm worried I might not get the time. But given time, I do think there's something there where they could shape it into something uh, that has a more clear identity, rather than like I mentioned it too when we were playing, but it kind of feels like I'm playing the game and I can almost feel like this got shifted halfway in development, and then they just like this wasn't their exact idea, and at some point they're like, "This isn't working." So then they took what they had and they're like, "Well, how do we put this stuff together?" Um, yeah, as a whole, it's very okay. And some people are like, "I love it. That's great." I don't actively want to like yuck your yum either. I'm not one of those, so that's cool. But yeah, I was whelmed, unfortunately, because I'd always like to find new games I like to play. But
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't know if I'm gonna put time into it, but I thought it was pretty okay, and maybe I'll go back to it after a while. But it kind of lost me because the shooting just didn't feel that good. So maybe I'll go back. I just don't know. I just it didn't make me feel good.
well,
I don't feel good. I flew up.
the well, and the other thing too about the reviews and stuff is like this is a free to play game. Sure, if you had to cough up
Yeah,
$40,
yeah.
$60,
I'd be
and
pissed.
like yeah, and like
Pissed.
initial stuff is going wrong or all this stuff, or like then you find out that's fair. But this is it's free to play. You download it, 15, 20 minutes. Like at worst, that's what you lose.
Yeah.
So I think that's also why it's just like you guys are acting and like offended as if you bought this for $60 and tried it and whatever, or like, yeah, if it's a premium title and server issues are persisting for so long, all right, fair. But especially when it's free to play, like you guys didn't have to do anything. You just get to show up and kind of be like, meh. So that's the high guard situation. The Ashes of Creation situation,
That's actually insane. Yeah. That
diabolical, kind of
wow.
hilarious.
Yeah, I don't
Who
know
could have seen it coming?
I don't know much about this game. I kind of saw that it was a Kickstarter and got funded, and then they just said like JK lol.
Well, I mean, it's been in development for 10 years. Um,
Fast.
yeah, in 10 years, there's still an Alpha 2.
Fa-
Uh,
10
and
years?
yeah.
Can you even play any
Um,
of it?
well, yeah, so it came out on Steam recently.
Oh.
Um, and I think, if anything, that should have been a little sus indicator that, yeah, 10 years, Steam release of an Alpha 2 or whatever for early access, which already has, premium paid shops and all this sort of stuff. Um, and I believe they were also the game when they were first in development, before they even had anything, they were selling in-game skins from like concept art. Like, hey, you can blah, blah, blah. It always just kind of seemed sus, but everyone was heralding it as like the MMO community that is. Like, oh,
This is
hopefully
the
this
one.
is, yeah, because to be fair, the MMO community is, they have it pretty bad. I mean, they get so few releases. most are flops or like shovelware, or, just like scams, like acid creation. And so, and the creator, or whatever, I forget their initial pitch, but kind of like going back to the roots and focusing on this and that and blah blah blah. And so, yeah, sure, all sounded good on paper, but as it just kept going and time went on, and I kept hearing about it or watching things, always just seemed weird. And my friends Robbie and Corey are huge MMO people, so they were hoping Ashes of Creation would be um, something they could dive into because they're still, shackled and chained to WoW. Um, and so specifically, Robbie too seemed to be devastated when he heard that. Spoilers. The thing we're getting at here is Ashes of Creation. I think like day and a half ago, CEO announced that it's getting shut down. It's over. We're pulling the rug. It's we just can't keep going. And yeah, New World actually survived longer, which is
Well,
crazy.
I'm reading here on like on a article here. It says 2 days after promising it was a worthy investment, the most successful Kickstarter MMO was canceled. I guess 2 days ago he was like, "Hey, everything like this is a worthy investment," and then he's like, "Yo, JK, lol."
Hey, so by the
Yep.
way, Lamau XD.
So kind of crazy. I know a lot of people are bummed. I mean, rightfully so. Because yeah, if you're in MMOs, it can be tough out there if you're looking for the next big one. Because like, all right, Ashes of Creation gone. What's the next one?
Here's what
Couldn't
the
tell you.
I guess the CEO said. I can make a limited statement in my personal capacity and not on behalf of the company regarding the situation. Control of the company shifted away from me, and the board began directing actions that I could not ethically agree with or carry out. As a result, I chose to resign in protest rather than lend my name or authority to decisions I could not ethically support. Following my resignation, much of our senior leadership team resigned. Following those departures, the board made the decision to issue WARN Act notices and proceed with mass layoffs. I cannot reasonably speak to further details at this time due to ongoing legal and governance matters. What I can say is that developers and staff acted in good faith and deserved better than the uncertainty they are now facing. I am incredibly dismayed by the situation.
I
So,
mean, it could
whatever
be
that
telling the truth,
means, like,
but that's also a PR deflection. So who knows?
right?
Could
That's
be
what I
true.
like. Yeah.
We won't find out for a while. Um, but I do think something has to be looked at, regardless if the board or whatever. Because like 10 years, you guys made this much progress. Somebody like we got to figure something out because like this just there's a problem somewhere in leadership or something or scope or whatever, and we got to prioritize some different stuff because that's
I mean,
tough to
just the
grasp on.
MMO like genre just kind of feels like
It's so
you're
volatile.
already going into it making a dead game unless like you catch that lightning in a bottle, and if you do, you're gonna make an unlimited amount of money. Like it's kind of like because like I read a thing here, like not only were Ashes of Creation like a Kickstarter, but they were gonna also charge $15 a month to play the game. So like
Yeah, subscription MMO.
yeah, so like a subscription MMO, I feel like for companies is like ooh like licking their chops. Like we got something forever, but then it's like yeah, but I feel like 90% of the MMOs that are ever made actually have some sort of like substance behind them and are able to keep it going.
Yeah, I mean that's also
You can
why.
still add it to your cart, by the way. You can still buy Ashes of Creation on Steam for $50. They're still selling it.
That's crazy. I'm surprised Steam hasn't just shut down or something or like stopped sales, but um, they might also allow some refunds though. We'll see. Who knows? But yeah, that's why you don't see so many people in the MMO space. Or like, why don't we hear about more MMOs coming up? Whatever, because it's so risky. Um, the market for it really isn't that big. Because for the most part, the people looking for MMOs are the aged gamers, people like us.
Whoa. Hey,
I know we unks.
yeah.
The young gamers, like, you hear about them playing WoW or anything. Why would it? It's a 20-something-year-old game or whatever. um, they're not as interested in those kind of games or experiences. Not that there wouldn't be some, but that's not the target demographic. Um, and on top of that, it's stupid expensive to make. Because the scope of the game and what you're trying to do, I mean, is massive. So it's just a huge gamble. And there's been also so many cautionary tales of people trying this. Um, and spoilers, nearly every single one still fails. And so what you don't see many, and the some you do hear about, if they make it to launch, usually just like a flop where it's like they did it because this was it, like a Hail Mary, they got nothing else, and it's tough. And which is why something where it's like people are hopeful if Riot sticks to it for an MMO because like they have near limitless resources. So hopefully, uh, if they are able to pull it off, it's not so much, oh, we don't got the money. It's just, okay, at some point through development, is this worth it? Do we think we'll get a return? Is it fun? But not being like, we're bleeding out, boys. We got to do something.
Well,
Not that I'm sure the leadership isn't like, I'd like it like if, I mean, I just want to throw money away, but
I think the other issue MMOs face is, like you said, like people that play MMOs, chances are play other MMOs, and they're already playing said MMO. So it has to be good enough for them to get them away from their already playing MMO. So you're already like at a competition, and chances are they're not going to pay for two fees. So yeah, I just feel like we'll never see like an MMO actually get some sort of fair shake till the Riot MMO comes out, which who ever knows if that even is real ever. Even though I did think I saw some sort of dev tweet out that they were hired by Riot and they're like an MMO guy. I forget what the guy's name is, but he had recently tweeted about it. I know people were excited.
I mean, as far as I'm aware, we still in development. It's just, yeah, I don't know how long ago it was now, 2 years or something, maybe, where they're like, hey, we got to rescrap or like rework a bunch of stuff. We're going quiet.
Yeah, here it
So
is. Lead
if there is
producer of
some, it'll be
WoW
a
joins
while
Riot Games.
to help
Uh,
with 2XKO.
but Raymond Bartos.
So clearly there's still stuff going on, but yeah, it's like I couldn't tell you a rough time of when we might hear something about it. Certainly not when we'll see something about it. Uh, Probably a long ways off. So most of the target MMO audience is just hoping they live to see it. You know, like, well, hopefully I ain't dead. But still, probably better chance they get that than the next Elder Scrolls. So
Yeah. Sometimes it don't be that way, but it do. And then when it do, it don't. Do you guys get what I'm saying?
I do. I understand what
wise
you're putting
words.
down.
Yeah. Sometimes when it do, it don't. But when you get the do, it do the it do and it don't. And that's really ultimately what it comes down to. That's really
Putting
what
it
it
on my
comes down
Pinterest
to.
board.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. You know what? I was thinking about you guys when I thought about that.
Damn.
You know, Rob, right before this, we were talking about putting a list together of things to talk about, and then you were like, "Guys, I'm ready," and then I forgot to put a list of things to talk about. So that's all I had. What do we?
Well,
What
I
else?
mean,
All right, that was your list. Thank you.
What else? What else? You know? What else? What else happened this week, boys? What do we? We
uh,
didn't come prepared. Never,
I'm
never do we?
I'm kind of
But you know,
I'm kind of deadlock pilled like Dado at the moment. I think deadlock is
I need to get back in Deadlock.
I think
They like her
deadlock is
for
a lot of fun.
real.
I need to
How
get
has
back
it
into
been?
it.
I actually had a lot of fun the other day I played. Even though the first couple games were stomps, I felt like I was kind of getting my flow state again. I played a couple new champions and stuff, like Mirage. I'm having a really good time again with Deadlock. I feel like it's in that good spot again where it's kind of fun to learn, and there's like definitely tons of new champs, and I feel like they're kind of getting their footing. And you know, Dado launching, Dado does Deadlock. You know, kind of
That's pretty. Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it got me a little bit more excited for it as well. So I'll probably be playing that a little bit today on stream.
I need. Well, I want to try to get back to playing some, but I'm just dreading. Yeah, that like the first
Oh,
day I play is just gonna be stomps.
it is.
Like
Like it
I
is.
got to get it out of the way eventually, so that it rebalances my MMR. Um, but just not looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
the first like 3 hours, no joke, is pretty awful. Like,
yeah,
and then
Claire's
like
like, "Why don't you
you
stream it?" And I'm like, "Because I'm gonna be miserable for 3 hours. Like, what am I gonna
you
what am I
also
gonna
just
do?"
have to keep that like headspace of like, okay, like I'm playing an MMO, like I know I'm supposed to get owned, and it's just like one of the worst, or not MMO, I'm playing a MOBA.
MOBA.
Like I am supposed to get owned like this. It's like,
Yes, well, for me, it's like I don't mind, but it's like that part of the MOBA where the skill can be so wide where it's like, okay, but I'm not actually getting to learn or like
yeah,
take anything away because like 10 minutes in, lane's gone, their team's ahead, 40,000 souls. Now we are just held hostage for 40 minutes. Um, and yeah, the other thing too is just um, if I play a bunch of Deadlock, I mean, it's a cool part about it, but also downside is it's so in depth and so much to it that if I do play and I don't want to just suck doo doo, I will need to like, all right, play, practice, get that mindset, grind a little, uh, which if I'm not careful turns into hyper focus. And right now I'm hyper focused on programming, and I can't hyper focus on two things. So if hyper focus switches, we're in trouble. Suddenly, like it's gonna be a lot harder to program. So I'm cautious on trying to pick up something that'll take up some of my time, but I do want to. Um, and honestly, regardless, it's just it'll be a lot more easy and fun once I get back to the right MMR to start learning again. Because then also I can play with like you or other people. Um, but yeah, it was good to see it because I know Dado is desperate to play with people. Um, although he just left for Korea, he's gone for like a month. But once he gets back, I'm sure he'll be delighted that you're deadlock pilled. And maybe I
yeah,
will be. Who knows? We'll see.
it's a good time. I think it's a good time to get into it. So if you have any friends that are in the game, have them invite you, and you should be able to get in there pretty easily.
Yeah, I'm getting back in. I saw Rem, and it's such a cute little fucking like a rat bird,
Yeah, I couldn't
and
tell what it was.
I was like, that's so cool. I need to get back in there. And then
Oh,
it's just looking at all like the how polished the game has become over the past year and a half, 2 years. It's like maybe you know what? Maybe I'm gonna have to hop back in and give it a try because it does look kind of cool. So
aha.
you know, I might give it a shot. It might be pretty fun.
Uh, yeah, we'll see what they're cooking because they just had a big another resurgence because they had a big update where more graphical overhauls, especially like the bases, and 6 new heroes. I don't think they've all been released yet, but you can like do community votes, and every 3 days they get released or whatever. Um, and people have been pogging, and still a bunch of people playing. So it's not a matter of if I get back into Deadlock. Like I said, it's a matter of when. Um, like maybe I hop back in now, but then it'll still just kind of be like, oh, like a month or two. Like, oh, okay, and then I'm really waiting until, or maybe, I mean, at the very least, kind of like what Rob was saying, it does seem like they kind of got more of their footing and they know where they're going more. So there's going to be less drastic changes, it seems. Um, so then as a whole, you're not having to completely relearn a whole bunch of stuff. Um, and yeah, from what I can tell, they just keep saying Valve's cooking. So good for Valve and good for Markiplier because I
Oh.
went to go see his movie Iron Lung
Oh, well,
in theaters.
I thought you were gonna review a different movie for us this week. You told me personally that you were really excited to see Melania movie. I thought that's the movie
Uh,
that you were gonna like. I was
and
really
and
looking forward. You told me privately,
that's
like,
the yeah.
"Hey, like I'm gonna go see this movie." Like I just was
I told
You
really.
you not to
said
say that, man.
you said you were really excited for it because you said you're really excited for it because not that often um we get movies from like that side, the right side of history, you know? And
Right.
we were like, "Damn, Fruit, you're like go have fun, man. As long as you enjoy it, buddy." So, I'm guessing you didn't go see it.
Yeah,
That's
so I guess you saw Iron Lung instead.
Well, all right, you caught me. I did see 2 movies,
Okay.
D-
Iron Lung and Send Help. I ain't going to
Yeah, I
see
mean, come on. Who's seen it?
I don't care, like,
No one's seen it.
what even in and what's the point of like, I don't know, it's just couldn't be less interesting to me. I don't really care who like, I don't even know what it is, just for life or something?
All
I
right,
don't
so
know. Like,
I
I just
I heard something about this Markiplier movie, then you'll have to tell me if it's true. I heard this like movie used like the most fake blood or something like that.
it does have a world record, yeah.
Okay, so that was real that I saw. I didn't know if that
Yeah,
was
well,
like.
during filming, uh, they used the most amount on set. I forget how much it was. You probably look it up. I wanna say, like, maybe 10,000 gallons or something.
It was like an
Um,
obscene amount. Like I just was like,
it was a
how does that
lot.
even work?
Um, which I mean, I guess, when the movie's set in a place where it's a planet made of ocean of blood, probably gonna be using a good bit. Um, but I actually made a video kinda talking about Iron Lung just because so my movie rating, I didn't technically give it a rating on my scale
Yeah.
during the video. Uh, with all things included, I'd put it this is, like, not the actual one, but this is, like, the asterisk. I put it 5 out of 5
Oh, whoa.
because but this is the asterisk rating.
Okay.
Because of the project, what it means, how cool it is, and to just go show support, watch it in theaters. As a movie, though, still a little biased, probably like 3 out of 5. Can't watch. Um, I talked about it in the video, it didn't blow me away. It was okay. But given everything else, the fact that, it was a because we don't see it too often, a YouTuber entering that space, um, a passion project, self-funded, where he, directed, co-wrote, and acted in it. So he's got huge involvement, and throughout all of that was able to make that come together the way it did, even if it's just okay. Frankly, I see that as a win in my book.
Can I put it in 4
Um,
then? Should watch? Can we put it in between or am I putting this in 5 or 3?
well, it's just complete, like, if nobody cares about any of the other stuff and just wants to watch, like, a good horror movie,
Then
then
watch
they'd be like, "Why is
Moana.
this" yeah, I'm like, "Why is this 4 out of 5?" So, I don't know, maybe we can put it 4 out of 5 because, yeah, I mean, there's definitely some bias, but again, it's my
This is your
list.
you know what, Mr. This is your movie tier list. If you want it in 5, it can be 5. I will just
I'm
put
not
an
gonna put it in
asterisk.
5, though.
Okay.
Um, I'm selective, but it's just for me and, like, why I made the video, it's just, um, cool to see it come together, especially for me. I left it and just keep thinking about it because, like, for me, I'm pumped for the dude, and, like, I'm putting myself in his shoes, and to think about the years of work, the blood, sweat, and tears, maybe literally, um, but, like, the passion and enthusiasm, and then you complete it, it gets done, you put it together, and then you gotta release it nationwide in theaters, like, that just gotta feel so cool.
Yeah.
And for it to not suck is also that's gotta be great too. Like,
Like it wasn't bad. Like
no, I don't think it was bad,
that's good.
but I wouldn't say it was, great. It was a movie,
Is it clearly
which
made for Markiplier fans or like
no, I don't think
okay.
so, but I think you'll enjoy it more if you do have some sort of a connection or something. Um, My biggest gripes could have been shorter. And I'm usually a guy who like, hey, a longer movie, bring it on. I don't care. Your length does not matter to me. It could be a 4-hour movie. It's gonna be a while, but as long as it's a good
average.
4 hours, it's like
Gee,
average.
you said 4 hours?
Yeah, I'm thinking of like extended edition Lord of the Rings.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Oh,
what?
this isn't. No, that would be wild.
I was like, oh my
Um,
god. Like,
no, no. I think it's like 2 hours, almost 10 minutes or something. But straight up, he could have cut like 30 minutes. It could have been condensed because it was. It's a slow burn, and if they take 30 minutes, it would still be a slow burn. Um, and some people disagreed. Sure, fine, whatever. I mean, again, this is coming from a guy who I don't care how long your movie is. I just think it could have benefited from reduced because the first half of the movie, to me, especially like the first fourth, wasn't like a slow burn. It was like a slow crawl. Whereas a little bit like wait, like let's then it does start picking up. But I think yeah, it could have been a little shorter. Made it a little tighter in that regard. And Markiplier's acting was serviceable. Like
oh,
Claire
he's
asked
like
me when I
in
got
it.
home. Yeah, he's the main actor. That's
Oh,
what I'm saying. Yeah, so he directed the main actor and co-wrote it with the guy who made the game. Um,
wait, Iron Lung is a
and
game? Where have I been?
this was like 4 years ago. To be fair, I haven't played it. It's like this little indie game. That, this is what everyone's saying too. The funny thing is, the movie's longer than it will take you to beat the game. Um, it's like an hour.
Oh.
Um,
Oh, it looks like it's like
but
one of those like it looks like a boat and it looks like one of those
so
things
it's
where it's like
inside a
you're in like
submarine.
a little almost like Five Nights at Freddy's. You don't move or go anywhere.
Yeah, pretty much. And
Okay.
so pretty much the whole movie takes place in I think it's called the Iron Lung, which is essentially that submarine. Um, and his acting was I'd probably say better than I thought it'd be, but wasn't great. Um, there were like for me, it was mainly a lot of like the emotional times where I just didn't feel like I was getting that from him. Which I mean, is to be fair, it is hard. But like Claire was saying, like, could it have benefited from a better actor? I'm like, yeah, probably. Um, it probably could have hit and some notes a little differently, but I also understand from his point of view, like that's the project. That's what he wanted to do. He wanted to do this his way. Um, and so I think it was good enough that it didn't ruin the movie. And this wasn't against him. It just took me like 10 minutes to stop seeing Markiplier when the movie started.
Fair.
Um, which isn't necessarily like it wasn't his fault. It was
Yeah.
just like a weird like if you started acting and I watched you in a movie, it would take me a little while to be like, this is just Rob.
Yeah.
Um, and then there were just a couple points where like I felt like I was getting more Markiplier than Simon, which is his character's name. But from what I've been told too, from other stuff he's done, he's getting better. And I think I talked about in my video, like the exciting thing too is if he continues to want to do stuff like this is probably like just the floor. Like it's only up from here. If he wants to continue acting, I'm sure he'll get better, directing, whatever. So it'll be interesting to see if he does want to do more projects. Um, and it'll be quite the success. I think projections for opening weekend are like 17 million, where he self-financed it for less than 3.
Oh wow.
Now granted, like box office takes like half of that away, but like he's already made his money back and
Yeah.
stuff, which
Which I'm sure
to be fair, if
like you said, it
I'm
was a
being honest
passion
with you,
project. Like
less than 3 million is probably he wouldn't lose much sleep over that. I'm gonna be honest with you, Chief. I mean that bro is
I was gonna say
he
like
is
Prime
set.
Markiplier, 3 million. That's probably like what, one solid month of uploading back in that time, like when he was
Honestly, yeah, probably. So like he wasn't necessarily in it for like the money, obviously. But um some people are like, this is it, like this is proof that like this can work and like these creators can do this. And it is cool. And it really fired me up. It got me passionate. It was just like it's cool seeing, and I say mutuals just because he's like a YouTube creator, but to see him chasing after stuff they want to do or love to do, especially creative stuff, and like actually doing it because it's one thing to pursue it, but another thing to actually achieve it. Um, but dude's got like 38 million subscribers. Uh,
Maybe I.
like this, yeah. Well, it's just like this isn't that recreatable. Um, because like the reason he was able to, for instance, get like the theatrical release, because at first I think he was gonna get like a couple nationwide, like not many were gonna take him. And so I think he did like a call to action to his fans because that's what the other thing too. He had like no marketing budget. The less than 3 million was just for the movie because he didn't need to. He just needed his fans essentially to spread the word.
Yeah, they're like,
Um, and that's also what they did with movies. So everyone called their local theaters and chains and indie theaters, to where they were calling the people at the movies were calling like the heads, like, "Hey, we're just getting way too many calls. Like, this is annoying."
this is annoying.
And next thing you know, 4,000 plus theaters opening weekend. So like, it's not all recreatable because I mean he is just that big that he has just that much influence in the first place. Um, but I think it does show too that it is capable to step into some of these other mediums. And again, it hits different for me as a YouTuber who tried to go to college to make movies. That was my original idea. That's what I always wanted to do. So for me, it's almost like I'm living my best life through him right now. Like he's getting to do what I always wanted to do, and that's just got to be so cool. And I'm proud of him, and he's just got to be proud. Seeing everything come together, and um, yeah, it
All
was
this
just a cool experience.
and all this because he opened that OnlyFans.
That'd be crazy.
You know, and that's nice,
But
Mr. Fruit, that instead of being
he literally did. What do you
jaded
mean,
and
dude?
angry, you're happy for somebody else. You know, that's nice.
Let's
Is there
see,
anything else we wanted to touch on before I did some Q&A?
No, he literally did do an OnlyFans as a fundraiser thing. Like, did you? It was pretty. It was like a whole thing. It was pretty cool. It's like a charity thing.
I'm his number one subscriber.
Basically, what I'm
I
saying
know.
is, Mr. Fruit, is you should really like next up, buddy.
I don't have
Next
38
up.
million subscribers.
Yeah, but you do have
So-
2
No, but
million
you've
and
got a-
counting.
But you've got a hungry fan base.
Actually, 2 million
who-
and dropping. It's been dropping for years.
Just
You got- you got
I
literally
wanted to
only
say that.
Let
but
subs for 5-6 years.
You got people hungry for fruit. How about that? You ever think of that? To be fair,
Something
though,
like
he
that.
also I don't think I ever like checked it out, but I'm pretty sure he didn't just pretty
I
sure
don't
it was
think
like
it was
tasteful.
nudes.
It was
Yeah.
like tasteful. It was like, ooh, look at me. This is my butt. Ooh. Basically, what I'm saying is, if you want to be successful, you got to start that OnlyFans. You guys are gonna have to really start locking in. If you long-term career, gonna really have to get the OnlyFans started, and that's when your careers can really take off. Everybody.
Well, and the last thing I wanted to add too about just the whole thing and why it's cool is because it also happened to Markiplier, who is one of the few to just like never be controversial. Really, like, he's just a good dude. Does a lot of charity work as well. Isn't like a egomaniac. Just kind of stayed in his lane, doing his thing, regardless for however long now, like 14 years or whatever. But so, yeah, it couldn't have happened to like a better guy too. So that's also part of it.
First question here from Very. It says, question for Blue, apple juice or orange juice?
Orange juice all fucking day, dude. Okay, I actually bought a
Pulp
bunch of
or no
orange
pulp?
juice. No pulp. The pulp is like a weird texture thing for me. It just doesn't really like. I don't really want to be. Blah, blah, blah. It's fine, and like if there's pulp orange juice around, I'll still drink it and I'll be happy about it. But I'm not gonna be like I'm not actively looking out pulp. I love
like
appy. I love appy juice.
This episode of the GG Over Easy podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp. Sometimes it can feel like everyone else has it all together in lives, whether it's married, dating, single, but the truth is we are still all figuring it out and figuring out our own way. And no matter where you are in your romantic journey, therapy can help you find your way. You're right on time. There's no planned time on being ready or late to being in a relationship or having love in your life. In my time with therapy, I learned that love is something that you just let come into your life whenever it's ready and don't necessarily go out looking for it. It'll come when you're ready. So have BetterHelp help you through your journey as well. BetterHelp's therapists work according to a strict code of conduct and are fully licensed in the US. Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/GG. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/GG. Thank you, BetterHelp, for sponsoring this podcast.
I love me some appy juice, but like
Oh, you
some
like the appy juice, do you? Do you
I
have
lo-
some appy juice?
do I love apple juice. Apple juice makes me feel so good. Apple juice makes me so happy. But orange juice all the fucking way, dude. I love orange juice. Oranges. I've started quickly learning oranges are up there as like one of my favorite fruits, 100%. As I've gotten older, it's like raspberries and oranges right up there, baby.
Okay.
But I usually don't buy orange juice because I'm always like, I don't want to be like I don't want to be buying juice too sugary. And now I'll just be buying orange juice. I'm just like, fuck it, whatever. I don't give a shit. I live that life. And just let me throw that. I put that shit in a wine glass, and I'm just feeling like 8,000, like a million fucking bucks. And you know what I need to get is some mimosas. You guys don't know what mimosas are? Mimosas are just the best. I need to, and it's pretty easy to make at home, so I should probably do that too. Basically, what I'm saying is orange juice is the fucking best. Shout out orange juice. Juice in general, I fuck crazy with. I'm like, I need to just start buying more juice. I found that I'm like less and less like soda is like important to me, and I love soda. But I found like more and more, I'm like, I want to start diversifying my beverage portfolio.
Good.
So I might
Good
start,
to diversify.
might start investing in some more juice beverages.
MC534 asks, societal norms and expectations are gone. What is your outfit looking like?
I already don't really follow societal norms when it comes to my outfit. I just kind of throw on whatever is pretty comfy. And not shockingly, cotton is very comfy, and I will continue to wear cotton because it's pretty cozy. It's pretty cozy, and it doesn't irritate my skin. And so I probably wear. I already go out wearing like cotton shorts and cotton shirt. So me with my sensitive ass skin is like just give me some either cotton or what's the other one? It's another type of fabric that's like actually really breathable too. I forgot what it was, but anything breathable and comfy, I'm probably wearing. So I doubt my wardrobe actually changes that much.
I'm gonna be honest. Mine probably changes about not. I don't have many opinions on fashion or
Same.
what is or isn't. I literally wear things if I like the way they feel,
Yep.
and that's pretty much it. Like I can't be like, oh, finally I could do X, Y. Like I mean, people already think I'm weird because I work from home wearing jeans.
That is
Uh,
pretty weird.
just
Yeah,
because
that is weird.
I don't like sitting in sweatpants all the time.
Really.
But you like sitting in
Yeah,
jeans.
yeah.
Yeah, like is it because it's just tighter? It just keeps the boys in? Is that what?
But actually, sweatpants get too hot.
Like I prefer sitting in
What?
shorts. Like if I had my like choice, like I'm in shorts right
Yeah.
now. Like if I'm at a desk, like I prefer to be in like a pair of nice athletic shorts.
I mean, yeah, typically I'm wearing shorts. It's just cold enough, and my circulation isn't good enough that then my legs get cold. So
Your sweatpants are too hot.
That
any
I get.
sweatpants. I don't like
That
anything
sounds.
baggy.
I see. I Your sweatpants are too hot. I find my. You ever gotten like I don't know? They make some like more. more jean like sweatpants maybe aren't. I find
I mean,
sweatpants they're not hot at all for me. Huh? That's
I have some sweatpants that I do like and I wear sometimes, but also depending on the texture too, like they will just ever so slightly slide in my chair as I'm sitting and I have to
slide your
readjust.
cheeks,
I don't like that.
go up the cheeks. I get it.
I don't like it.
One Lax asks, what would your last meal be?
Oh shit.
Mine would be like a beautiful breakfast spread, with like biscuits and gravy, bacon, like a nice like sausage. Pause.
A
Got me
nice
hungry.
sausage for breakfast. Me as fuck.
That's crazy.
Um, I could tell you pretty easily. Some chilaquiles from my favorite place in San Antonio, Fideos. You know, just classic chilaquiles, refried beans, some potatoes with tortilla, some salsa verde, and that's just and then take me out after that. And I'll be like vibe. I'd be like, okay, I'm done with my food. You can take me out
My
now. Cue
belly's
the
full.
you can cue the sniper, please.
I'm honest, I can't really think of anything. Um,
Probably protein shake.
no. I don't know, it's been weird, especially like the last year. Um, I don't just have any like go-tos because also I feel like anything I think I like ends up just ruining my stomach. So I don't
But like
crave a
think
lot
of
of
it like
stuff.
you don't the next day you don't have to worry about your stomach because you're dead the next day. You know what I mean? So like
But I
there's
know, but
no
that's why like I don't
consequences.
crave it anymore though. So I can't even be like, oh, that'd be so good right now. I just I don't have a lot of cravings anymore. Somehow though, whatever it is, my body still just like give us sugar. But it's just like we don't care how we get it, just give it. Um, so screw it, first thing I think of, Crazy K's.
Okay. I said
Let's
you
put
pick
it
every time
crazy.
I get that. The pizza place.
I'll suffer for that buffalo pizza.
And you will suffer. I do every time.
Me too. But see, that's one of those. I'll make a concession. You know, that comes with the territory.
Blue, did you say yours?
My last meal?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The chilaquiles.
Okay, that's
the
right.
chilaquiles. It's
Um,
okay. It's early.
It's pretty ugly.
It's pretty
and then we'll
early.
end it with here. Craxy says, "What is the best word of all time?"
Probably clitoris.
It is is thank you a word or is that a phrase?
Those
I
are
mean,
those two words. That's a
I guess
phrase.
in different
Well, I'm
I guess
thinking
in
of a
different
hyphen.
languages it's one word.
Thank
What
Like
you.
if I
Not
danku.
what
hyphenated.
if I hyphenate
Like
thanking
danku.
you? That's one word.
Danku.
Okay,
Well,
sure.
then you're talking a different language, big guy.
I could not tell you why you asked that question, and literally just popped in my head. Serendipitous.
Okay, that's a
Serendipitous is a good one. I don't
Don't know
think
why.
clitoris is. I don't think the clitoris is the best word. I just wanted to say that. I just wanted to say it because it came to my mind, and also because I'm a misogynist. Um, what is the best word of all time? What word that I just can't stop using?
thankful would be mine.
Thankful.
Yeah.
Aw.
There's a good way around. Thank you. You know,
Yeah, there you go.
that counts.
Thanks.
We'll
How
allow
about
it.
thanks? You could just say. I don't know why we didn't just say thanks. Like
Yeah, that's a good one too.
thank you, thankful. Thankful's a good one. That's a good one. Um, and you said serendipitous. Shit. What's mine? Um, antidepressants. Shout out antidepressants. Speaking of antidepressants, bonus round. Boop, 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 boop.
Famous bonus
Hey guys.
sound music.
Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop.
While we do it.
This is the Blue Westlo bonus round. The Blue Westlo medical mental health hour. Guys, guess what?
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 I have ADHD.
Let's go.
GZ?
Welcome.
I have a dick hard dick. That's what ADHD sounds for. ADHD, Mr. Fruit, come back in the frame. I can't tell you about this if you're not here.
Oh.
Wow, that was actually cinematic as fuck. But I have ADHD. I finally got diagnosed, and they were like, I took my whole test, and they were like, yeah, it sounds like you have inattentive slash executive syndrome, adult ADHD symptoms, and
Let's go.
I believe this week I'm going back in with my doctor, and she said, let's try starting you on some. It's up to you. We can start with like non-stimulants or stimulants, but I would highly recommend stimulants because you talk about how it's really hard for you to keep a sleep schedule because it's hard for you to start the process of going to bed. And I was like, let's put me on the highest dose of whatever you got, so I don't have task paralysis so badly. Um,
Well, and the good news is potentially it worked for me. I was on antidepressants until I got diagnosed with ADHD, and turns out ADHD helped with the ADHD meds help with my depression more than antidepressants because
and I
tackling some of the ADHD actually also helped.
I hear that a lot because a lot of my depression symptoms come from the fact that a lot of my depression symptoms come from my sleep schedule problems. Like a good sleep schedule is like such a massive decider on like how my day is gonna be. Because like if I wake up at like 8 a.m., I'm just like, we're gonna have a great day, and I have a great day because I'm like, yeah, I was awake. I was awake during the day. I was like work was great because I was actually awake. I wasn't tired at work. And what a great day. I was like, I want to do this every day, and I do want to do this every day. And then the next day, I ruin it by staying up till 2 a.m. on a work day, and I'm like, haha, uh-oh, little did I know I fucked my shit up. And so then the next day, I'm depressed because I ended up being tired at work, and then I took a nap, and then I didn't wake up till like 7, and then at 7, I've already started the cycle again because I'm like 7, I'm like, oh, I woke up I took a 2 hour nap. It's only 7. I could stay up till like midnight, and then midnight turns to 2 a.m. again, and the cycle repeats, and now I'm starting to get depressed because it's a vicious cycle. So I'm excited to try out some ADHD meds and let you lads know how it worked. I will say when I got on my antidepressants many years ago, that was a big turning point for me, and I was like, "Yay, antidepressants!" But I think the tandem antidepressants and ADHD combo, the classic combo, which I probably should have been on since I was a kid, but shout out to my family for not believing in mental health, not
Well,
believing
it is
in
made up.
mental illness.
They were
It is
right.
made up. But I will say I've thought about it a lot, and dude, I was nerfed for so long.
I feel that.
Nerfed. I was nerfed for so long, and
But now you're taking off the training weights
the
like
Rock
Rock
Lee
Lee.
training, yeah. And I'm just like, I'm not gonna like blame my parents for it, but I was like, if my
But
parents
I'll blame your
had,
parents. No, I'll
but
blame them.
if my parents had grown up in a culture where mental illness wasn't such like a taboo, like we all would have been up.
And to be fair, also in their defense, it was also just a lack of education. We didn't
Hundred
even know as
percent,
much about some of this
hundred
stuff,
percent. It
and much
wasn't
less
until
did people about it.
because I'm looking at it in my family, and I'm like, dude, I really am like kind of the only person here who's like, hey, have you guys gone to the doctor to talk about your mental health like symptoms? And they're like, no, and we don't plan on it
Grow up.
because I'm fine. We don't plan on it, and
You
I'm
didn't
fine.
need it.
Grow up.
And I'm over here like, okay, all right, my bad. That's like really immature, and you should grow up. Mental illness isn't a real thing. But what's funny, moving on from that and like adding to that, is that so much of like doctors low key prescribe mental health meds to people, but like they word it differently so they don't think like they're freaks. Because my mom's shut up. Hi, mom. She doesn't watch this podcast. my mom was like, "Oh yeah, I think I have some pills that make me feel better." And I was like, "So you have anti-anxiety medication?" And she's like, "No, no, I don't have that. I'm not on that." And then I look at the pill and I'm like, "Yeah, these are anxiety medications." And I don't tell her that because I low key know that my doctor was like, the doctor was like, "Oh yeah, it looks like you are really stressed. I have some. We need to put you on something that would like de-stress you a little bit." And they word it like that, so my mom's like, I'm not on anxiety medication because I'm not on the quasi pills." So I was just like, okay, these are your de-stress pills, mom. That not any not a. I'm not going to use a medical term because medical term's bad.
Scary.
Not gonna talk about your scary mental illness because it's not real.
But
But
I mean,
basically, what I'm saying is,
good for the doctor. You know, it's got to be tough
100%,
realizing different patients' response.
hundred
So they
percent,
do their best to actually help people without.
100%. But basically, moral of the story is shout out to Mr.Fruit for inspiring me when he found out his ADHD diagnosis, or found out that something. It's like one of those things where you go through so many trials and tribulations to figure out what you like, what actually sticks, and what like really like makes the most sense to you. And in going to mental health professionals, going to doctors, and it taking so long to finally get somewhere because you really have to like figure it out for yourself, which is the kind of the fucked up part. It, because it's like this is such like a hard journey to like, because something is wrong but you can never really put into words what is wrong because it's such like a it's such an indescribable feeling of helplessness. And you can't just go to your doctor and be like, I feel really helpless. They were like, oh well, you're depressed. And it's like, well, you have to be more specific with your language. And it's like, well, my my mental health and my mental illness doesn't allow me to easily get to that. So now I'm in like years of deadlock because I can't properly describe what is going on in my head. And then then you figure it out, someone else describes it for you and you're like, that's it. I know what that I understand what it is now. That's exactly what I'm feeling. Um so mental health is hard and I just want everyone to know who is dealing with it. Don't give up. Keep going through it. Everyone goes at their own pace and do not let the societal standard of mental health is not real ever stop you from trying to get better, ever stop you from trying to figure out what's wrong with yourself. Do your best to go to some type of professional or someone that go to a doctor, because the doctor is not going to sit there and be like mental health is not real. The doctor is going to say, "Hey man, let's try to get you started on stuff." And if you go to a doctor who is like, "Nah, you're crazy," then maybe you should switch doctors because that doctor doesn't sound like a good person. You always want to find the right professional that is like, hey, let's try and figure out a solution to this instead of dismissing your pain. I know that's like a really hard thing for women and minorities to be dismissed. Like, oh, you're fine. But if your doctor says shit like that to you, where there's like, "Oh, you're fine, don't worry about it. You probably just got gas." It's like, bro, I have serious depression symptoms. Oh, you probably just got indigestion. Then find another opinion. And this is why it is so difficult. So I hats off to everyone going through it because it is hard. I'm old as shit, and it has taken me this long to start getting a grasp of things. So
Well, I'm
life's crazy.
happy I could help in somewhat, but also more so proud of you because it's not easy to actually take those steps. So good for you.
Well, thank you guys all
Um,
for listening and hanging out today. We will be
yeah.
back next week for some more GG over easy.
See.
See?